Good evening everyone and welcome to Gundam News. Yesterday was April Fool's Day, so hopefully you didn't fall victim to any Gundam related fake news events. Because this year, Bandai joined in on the fun. They announced that in 2314 we are getting Celestial Being the movie. Advance tickets are supposedly currently up for sale and will even come with a Celestial Light, which can be used in the sing-along versions of the movie. Plus, at the same time, we're also getting CB Kara, the movie. Again, this is all an April Fool's joke. The Celestial Being movie uses footage from the in-universe Celestial Being movie, and the CB Kara movie uses footage from the 00 promotional videos. I will have the full video linked down below though, because even though it is an April Fool's joke, it is fun to watch. A new month then, of course, means a new Gunpla schedule. And you'd better brace yourself for the 25th, cause that's when we're getting all of it. Starting big, there's the high-grade Elysius for 13,200 yen, 83 US. And Bandai did not hold back with the claims for this thing. According to them, it is the most accurate high grade ever in terms of size, color separation, articulation, and gimmicks. So basically, they're saying that this thing is going to be perfect even as just a straight build. So let's hope that those claims do end up being true. We've had to wait a long time for a mass production new Gundam kit, but if it is as good as they say, then it has definitely been worth the wait. It also comes with a bunch of accessories and armor parts, and it can be displayed in 4 different configurations: mobile suit mode, flight mode, partially destroyed, and the mass production new Gundam by itself. And fortunately, we are getting an action base with this set. Next up, we have the high-grade Zai Gundam, or Xi Gundam, the Sorcery of Nymph Circe version. The kit goes for 7,700 yen, 48 US, and is of course mostly the same as the standard high-grade Zai Gundam. The mobile suit itself comes with a new side skirt, new hands, and the choice between its normal face or the more Gundam-y face, and in terms of accessories, it comes with a damaged shield and a slightly different beam rifle with a new attachment. And if you want to put some extra details on him, you can get Gundam Decal number 143, Hathaway's Flash General Purpose number 2. It comes with water slides for the 2 high grades releasing this month, as well as the high grade Messer Type MO1 Gauman use and the high grade Gustav Karl Type 00. The other big news for this week then is that they announced the final results for the 2025 Global Gundam Poll to determine which Gundam is the most popular. And they went about these results in a really cool way. Rather than having just the total results, they also have the top 10 for each separate language that the poll was in. And there are definitely some interesting differences between the groups, but let's jump in with the global results. Number 1 really should not be a surprise. The new Gundam. It's Amuro's final and strongest Gundam, it just looks really good, the movie it appears in is really popular, and it just got Bandai's basically most advanced Gunpla to date. Like, pretty much all things that have only served to increase the popularity of the new Gundam. And it also appeared like in the latest movie. So again, it's almost a given that it was gonna win. Number 2 then did surprise me. Now, I was expecting the Wing Zero Endless Waltz version to be in the top 10 and maybe even in the top 3, but I was really expecting the 2nd place spot to go to something from the Cosmic era, cause, you know, considering how ridiculously popular Gundam Seed Freedom was. But instead, they didn't even make it on the podium. The 3rd place went to the Zeta Gundam. Which, I mean, is also not really a surprise. The anime's popular, the mobile suit's popular, and it just looks really cool. And it's also one of the more unique looking Gundams when you think about it, because it doesn't have that traditional Gundam mouth on it. 4th and 5th place then go to the Freedom and the Mighty Strike Freedom respectively, and this might then also be why the Cosmic Era machines landed a bit lower on the list. The Freedom and its descendants are really popular, but especially the Strike Freedom has a bunch of variants that were also part of this poll. 6th place then is really good news for the Turn A fans. The Turn A Gundam has been long ridiculed for its moustache, a little bit less so in recent years, but still, as you can see, it managed to rank pretty high in the worldwide rankings. 7th place goes to the F91, and 8th place went to the Strike Rouge. The Kigali fans really pulled through here. As a big Strike fan myself, I wasn't really expecting any of its variants to get into the top 10, because I always thought that a lot of the other machines from Seed just straight up overshadowed the Strike. And we'll get back to the Strike Rouge's popularity when we talk about the regional rankings. 9th place went to the Barbs Loops Rex, and finally the Ariel was 10th. And now let's have a look at those regional winners, because the thing is, the winners of those rankings are all getting brand new artwork. Unfortunately, winning multiple times does not mean getting multiple new artworks. In Japan, the new Gundam won, with most of their list being identical to the global results. In English, the Wing Zero Endless Waltz version won, because of course something Gundam Wing related is gonna win in English. In China, it was the Mighty Strike Freedom. In Hong Kong, it was the new Gundam again. In Taiwan, the Wing Zero Endless Waltz version again. In Thai, the Strike Rouge, which, again, I'm really happy about. In French, the Ariel. In Italian, the Barbs Loops Rex. In Spanish, the Gundam F91. And in Korean, the Mighty Strike Freedom again. And I also want to give an honorable mention to some of the random G Gundam Gundams that made it into some of the regional rankings. The Tequila Gundam was 7th in the English rankings and 2nd in the Spanish rankings. The Mermaid Gundam was 3rd in the Italian rankings. And last but not least, the Nether Gundam was 8th in the French rankings, 3rd in the Hong Kong rankings, and 2nd in the Taiwan rankings. It did so well that it got its own honorary prize. So yeah, it was definitely interesting to see which mobile suits did and didn't make the rankings. For example, I didn't see that many Unicorn Gundams in the rankings, which is a mobile suit that Bandai really seems to love. And if you want to check out the full list, I will of course have it linked down below. On to the figure news then. On the 27th, pre-orders went live for the Metal Build Gundam Barbs option set. We already got a little preview of what was going to be included in the set, but now everything is confirmed. For 16,500 yen, 103 US, we're getting some newly designed stuff and also some stuff taken from the Barbs Adapt. From that Barbs Adapt, we're getting a long sword and short sword, which can either be handheld or stored on the thruster set, and the new parts are two 460mm rifles. These absolutely massive things come with their own support arms and also have a shield on the outside. And to support all this extra weight, it also comes with some extra action-based support arms. So yeah, combining this option set with your Metal Build Barbs will make for one of the bulkiest Barbies around, second only I believe to the Barbs with the long distance booster. Unfortunately, this set is of course Premium Bandai Limited. And at the time this thing went up for pre-order in Japan, the Metal Build Expo also went live. It's taking place at the Tamashii Nation Store Tokyo, and you can go there until July the 6th. And of course, one of the things they have on display is the Metal Build Barbs and its option set. Staying with Iron-Blooded Orphans, they unveiled the full lineup of the Iron-Blooded Orphans Ichiban Kuji, which will be releasing on April the 25th. For 850 yen a ticket, 5 US, you can win one of the following prizes. The A prize, a really cool Barbs Bustison figure. The B prize, a very interesting combination of a regular figure with the young Mika and Orga in the front, and an acrylic figure with the older Mika and Orga in the back. The C prize, a master grade super deformed Barbs solid clear version. I've said it before and I'll say it again, sometimes with these Ichiban Kuji lineups, it's actually the lower rank prizes that can be cooler than the higher rank prizes. At least for some people. The D price, a high-grade Barbs Loops Iron-Blooded Clear. To put it simply, rather than being completely see-through, the parts here are kinda smoky clear, and in my opinion, it does look way better. The E price, a very detailed Barbs, Astaroth, and Hajiroboshi head magnet. The F price, an acrylic stand featuring one of the main IBO mobile suits. The G price, a rubber keychain. The H price, a clear file and sticker set. And finally, the last one price, a Barbs Bustazen figure, Washio Naohiro version, with Washio Naohiro being the mech designer for the Barbs. And to wrap up the figure news, they also announced the realistic model series Nahel ARgama Catapult deck Gundam Unicorn version. A massive set with a massive price tag that will be available at regular retailers. So first things first, this is basically a slightly different version of the Double Zeta Gundam version. The weathering feels a bit heavier, the marking stickers now have the Londo Bell logo on them, and we get 7 unicorn minifigs. Zinnerman, Merida, Audrey/Mineva, Benager, Riddy, Full Frontal, and Angelo. Everything else is exactly the same. You get one main hanger piece with 2 different landing pad pieces. A long one for the central hanger, and a shorter one which can be flipped around, so you can either have it as the left or the right hanger. So you'll need 3 sets to build the full setup. It's slated for an August release, and it'll set you back 40,000 yen, 250 US. For Hathaway's Flash then, it was announced that the Sorcery of Nymph Circe will be screened in Japan on the really big screen with Screen X or Screen X. Rather than just having the movie projected in front of you, the screen is now stretched to also cover the sidewalls, reportedly giving you a more immersive experience. And people who go watch this special version of the movie will also get a special Screen X freebie. It's a postcard showing you the layout of a Screen X cinema. And on top of that, there's also the regular freebie that all moviegoers will be getting. During the 10th week, there is this clear file with brand new artwork by Pablo Uchida, who is the character designer for Hathaway's Flash. Meanwhile, on the gaming front then, in Gundam Battle Operation 2 for the PlayStation, the Burga Gyros GK has joined the fray, while on Steam the Hazensley 2 Raw has become available, and as the Gundam G Generation Eternal had a really busy April Fool's Day. On the serious side, they've got the 1st anniversary going on, and the Gundam Wing Endless Waltz and Gundam 00 main stages hit, which were of course coupled with a bunch of new units, a new Fierce Enemy Assault featuring the SSR Scorpio, panel missions for an SSR Exia Trans Am version, and new stages and missions that were added to the Eternal Road. For April Fools then, they added the SSR Michael from the Celestial Being movie, and in case you don't recognize this guy, he is in the Gundam 00 movie. He's the actor that's playing Setsuna for that parody movie. I wonder if we'll get the other pilots at some point as well, like maybe they'll turn it into a yearly thing? And with all of this going on, it shouldn't come as a surprise that once again, they became number 1 in certain regions, giving everyone 3,000 diamonds. And for even more diamonds, there was the 9th Sorcery of Nymph Circe gift, 300 diamonds, and the SSR Brinks Wedge and Fortune. As for the things you could get this week then, it was all on the 28th, like these Gundam Seed Destiny Pajamars figures, featuring the main characters from Gundam Seed Destiny in a onesie designed to resemble either their main mobile suit or, in the case of Lacus, Haro. So, other than Lacus, we've got Kira and the Strike Freedom, Atheron and the Infinite Justice, Kigali and the Strike Rouge, Shin and the Destiny, Luna Maria and her Custom Zaku Warrior, and then 2 secret ones. But it's very obvious that those secret ones are just Kira and Atheron, but now with their weapons drawn. One random figure will set you back 1,430 yen, 9 US. Slightly more expensive then, we have the Gundam Head Collection Volume 1 for 1,560 yen a piece, 10 US. You can get the Unicorn Gundam Destroy mode, the Banshee Destroy mode, the Phoenix Destroy mode, the Strike Freedom Gundam, the Strike Freedom Gundam Type 2, the Strike Freedom Gundam Deactive Mode, or 2 secret ones. But these are even less secret than the Pajamars figures, because you can clearly tell that it's the Unicorn Gundam Destroy mode with the green Psycho frame, and the Strike Freedom Gundam Type 2, but with the disruptor on its forehead opened up. And what sets these secret ones apart from the regular ones is that they come with a base that can light up. And this base can also be switched with the base of any of the other heads, so you can choose whichever head you want lighting up. Next up then, there was the QMSV Mini RX-78-2 collection and the QMSV Mini Strike Freedom and Infinite Justice collection. One random figure will cost you 2,200 yen, 14 US, and the lineups are again very similar to the previous lineups. There's 6 regular ones to collect and 2 secret ones. But since here they're all just basically recolors of each other, it's a lot harder to see what those secret ones are gonna be. So, for the RX-78-2 collection, you can get the standard RX-78-2, the RX-78-1 prototype Gundam, the RX-78-2 with markings, the poster color version, a steampunk version, a rider suit version, and then 2 secret RX-78-2s. And for the Strike Freedom and Infinite Justice collection, you can get the standard Strike Freedom Deactive Mode, standard Infinite Justice Metallic Color version, Strike Freedom Tasogare Color, Infinite Justice Byakuya Color, a secret Infinite Justice, and a secret Strike Freedom. And finally then, we've got the latest starter deck for the Gundam card game. Or well, I say starter deck, but the Destiny Ignition deck is listed as an ultimate deck. For 3,850 yen, 24 US, it comes with 50 Gundam Seed Destiny cards, tokens, and dice, immediately getting you ready to jump into the game. For this week's reading material then, there was the 45th anniversary Gunpla catalog, promising to cover both the past and future of Gunpla history. But based on the cover, I do wonder how far back they're gonna go. All of the kits on that cover are from like the second half of Gunpla's history, with the oldest one being the NT1 Alex, which is 2001, I think? Next up then, we have another anniversary book, being the Gundam Crossbone 30th anniversary book. It comes with all kinds of interviews, different one-shots, and even a brand new one-shot. We also got the Gundam display design artworks by Yoshinori Sayama, showing us the detail that goes into designing a cool computer screen, and chapter 5-4 of Frontiers in Glory Days, which has become available for free online and is linked down below. On to the apparel news then, where Strict G kicked things off with some more Sorcery of Nymph Circe items. In collaboration with Alpha Industries, you can get this light MA1 Natus jacket Hathaway Noah version. It goes for 46,200 yen, 289 US, and comes with a special bonus, an acrylic stand of Hathaway wearing the jacket. Other items are a Zai Gundam t-shirt for 4,730 yen, 30 US, a can badge set for 1,980 yen, 12 US, and a pin set for 5,500 yen, 34 US. All of which will become available in physical Strict G stores on the 11th. And staying with the Hathaway apparel, they've also got a collaboration going on with Difference for some Hathaway-inspired suits. We did already go over most of the details a couple of weeks ago, but now the MAFD lining has also become available for their suits. And they also showed us an image of the bonus mug and acrylic stands that you can get. Over at Bankura, meanwhile, they of course got some more acrylic stands. For 880 yen a spin, 6 US, you can gacha for SD acrylic stands or SD acrylic keychains featuring 13 major characters from Zeta Gundam. What I do find a bit odd though is that Beltorchica is included in the lineup, but not Amuro. And that has been all for this week's Gundam news. As always, a big thank you to the Patreon supporters. I hope everyone watching has a great evening, and I'll see you all next week with more Gundam news.